I wish we could have just a normal human being as president. That's what I want. I think if we could, there's that old saying of like, we're better off being run by people picked at random from the phone book than the faculty of Harvard.
Elon Musk is known for his calm demeanor, but in certain interviews, he becomes a force to be reckoned with. His interactions can turn from composed to supervillain-like when he feels disrespected or when interviews push too far with personal or misleading questions. Let's take a look at some interviewers where Musk totally shuts down reporters. In one memorable exchange, a young BBC interviewer tried to pin Elon Musk down on Twitter's regulation of hateful content. Musk, who quickly understood the interviewer's agenda, fired back with questions of his own.
And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I don't.
You can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore. Because I just don't particularly like it.
But you said
actually, a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second. You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
then how did you see that hateful content?
The interview spirals as Musk calls out the reporter's inability to provide a single example of the so-called hateful content. In his eyes, this was clear evidence that the reporter was simply trying to create a new narrative without any facts to back it up.
Whether it has on my feed or
example.
Not. I mean, right, and
literally
if you look at something
one.
like the Strategic Dialogue Institute in the UK, they will say that. So
look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
In another interview with a black reporter, Musk started off cordial, but as the questions turned more private and accusatory, his tone shifted. The reporter dug into Musk's personal life, asking if he was sober when posting on Twitter and about his use of ketamine. Musk became visibly frustrated.
Do you think if you moderated yourself more, if there was better content moderation on the platform, that you wouldn't have to answer these questions from reporters about the great replacement theory as it relates to
I don't have to answer these questions.
Great replacement theory as it relates to Jewish people? Do you think that?
I don't have to answer questions from reporters. Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
The conversation quickly escalated into an argument about censorship and responsibility. Musk's frustration grew as the reporter pressed him, and he made it clear that he wasn't interested in being controlled by others' expectations of how he should manage his platform or his personal life. The most outlandish exchange came when a reporter asked about the advertisers leaving Twitter following Musk's acquisition of the platform. Musk's answer was equally as outrageous, offering up a blunt response.
What was that trip like? And obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
But
go yourself.
In this interview, Musk dismissed the concerns about advertisers as irrelevant. He made it clear that he would continue to speak his mind, regardless of the consequences, even if it meant losing money or facing backlash. He even took a shot at advertisers attempting to blackmail him with their money. From these interviews, it's evident that Elon Musk has a low tolerance for disrespect. When questioned too aggressively or inaccurately, he doesn't hesitate to push back with sharp, sometimes unpredictable responses. Whether defending his tweets or his management of Twitter, Musk stands firm in his beliefs. While he's open to discussion, he demands respect and truthfulness from those who challenge him. In summary, Musk's interviews highlight his unwavering confidence, as well as his no-nonsense approach when dealing with questions he finds either unfair or ill-informed. When he's pushed too far, he doesn't hold back, often turning the tables and shutting down the conversation with cutting remarks. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share more for fearless insights.